Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. So in this text, Juwayni tries to justify prophethood. So I understand that he's replying to accusations also. He's replying to accusations by the Brahmans. So Juwayni reports the Brahmans as saying, if the prophet comes with things that are known by reason, then you would accept it, but then you wouldn't need a prophet in the first place because pure reason would already lead you to that conclusion. On the other hand, if the prophet comes with things that are contrary to reason, well, then you wouldn't accept it because it's contrary, it doesn't make sense. Al-Juwayni says no, he compares the prophet as a physician, as a doctor. You come to the doctor because you're sick, you know your condition, and you know what you're looking for in general. You're looking for a cure, but you need the doctor to tell you what disease you have and what might be the cure. So the doctor comes with specific knowledge while you only know approximatively what you're looking for. So he compares the prophet to a physician, to a doctor. You might know approximately what you're looking for, happiness, paradise. But the prophet comes and tells you exactly, specifically what to do to achieve that goal. I would argue instead that you need trust. You need reason to build trust between you and the prophet, between you and prophethood. That trust is necessary in order to accept something that goes beyond reasoning, your individual reasoning. That's the way I see the case of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and the Prophet alayhi salam. Abu Bakr accepted prophethood immediately because he built that trust in the Prophet alayhi salam. He knew Muhammad alayhi salam way before prophethood. They were close friends. And that friendship lasted for years, so much so that when Abu Bakr heard that a prophet appeared and heard that it was Muhammad, he said, of course, it must be him. That's the best person I know. So the trust was already established. And because that trust was established, he was ready to accept something that goes beyond reason, prophethood itself. So here I would argue that yes, reason is necessary, but more specifically, reason is necessary to build trust. And only when that trust is established, then you're ready to accept things that are beyond reasoning. So to give a more practical example, another accusation of the Brahmas that Al-Juwayni reports is about the acts of worship, the rituals. He said, things don't make sense. Like, why would you prostrate? Why would you make sujood? Why would you put your face on the ground? Why would you run between Safwa and Marwa? Why would you throw petals without aiming at anything in particular during the Jamarat, during the Hajj? And he replies that, well, Allah is your Lord. He can choose for you to do whatever he wants. And I would say, okay, that's another way to say that Allah says and you obey. But you can only obey, wholeheartedly obey, if you have that trust established. Again, for me, trust is the key component, but that's my own perspective. If I may continue on the comparison between the prophet and a physician or doctor, he says one answer could be that you yourself, through lengthy experiences, would know what is the cure and what is the poison. And Al-Juwayni says, yeah, but if the Prophet already comes with the solution, with the label that this is the cure, this is the poison, why would you bother going through personal experience and risk dying on the way? Interestingly also, Al-Juwayni takes as one argument for the veracity of prophethood or the possibility of prophethood the notion of impossibilities, that nothing forbids Allah to bring prophets. And because it's not impossible, then why not accepting it as a possibility? Which is a funny concept because it's linked to what we've discussed already with Al-Ghazali, with things that are rationally possible through pure reason and things that are nomically possible, that are widely accepted as being either possible or impossible. Again, that funny concept that I might not fully grasp, but I'll appreciate if we can discuss it more. وجزاك الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.